Hello, my name is Brooke McNeil, and today I want to talk to you about violence against nurses and how it affects the workplace. Before bringing up statistics or studies, I want to give you an understanding of why I wanted to look into this topic. Growing up, I wanted to be a nurse like my mom. I'd visit her while she was working and always found the hospital to be an interesting place. The chaos that goes on in the ER really fascinates me. When I became old enough, I decided to become a CNA to see if I was cut out for being in the hospital and potentially being a nurse. I worked all over the hospital from med-surg, surgery, to the emergency room. I got to see every walk of life and all the stages of healthcare we provided. Unfortunately, when COVID began to ramp up, we saw an increase in psych patients. This led to me becoming a patient sitter. This pretty much meant that I would sit with this person for my 12-hour shift, keeping track of their activities and making sure they didn't harm themselves or others. Sometimes the patients would be calm and sleep, but unfortunately more than half the time the patients would be aggressive. The agitation and aggression would range from being frustrated of having to be there, to having someone watching them, to becoming physically and verbally aggressive. I would spend my whole shift getting screamed at, being told all the ways the person wanted to hurt me. I'd have to just sit there and listen to it. I told my management that this certain patients needed additional help and security because they were escalating and going to hurt someone. On this one particular occasion, I had informed them that the patient did not like females and was going to hurt someone if a male wasn't sitting with him. They didn't listen, and within 10 minutes of me leaving, he attacked the nurse, causing her to have a serious concussion. This nurse wanted to press charges, but the hospital wouldn't let her. They used the fact that he was mentally unwell as a reason for him to not be held responsible. Being exposed to the hostility and witnessing firsthand, I wanted to know what was being done to protect nurses, but because the hospital I worked at wasn't. During my research, I discovered that this topic was not a new one. There's been many reports and studies done to look at this issue. Some used questionnaires and technology to track how the nurses were feeling throughout their shift, what incidents occurred, how they felt not at work, and how the incidences affect their ability to do their job. Excuse me. Others looked at reports filed by nurses to accumulate that data. After looking at different studies that were being conducted, I wanted to see what was coming from it. I wanted to look at the laws that were in place here in Alaska. I was pleasantly surprised to discover that they had enacted a law that allowed officers to immediately arrest someone who assaulted a medical professional, in comparison to before that they would just be given a citation and then be left to still be treated by the person that they assaulted. Other states are starting to be better with their laws in protecting nurses and other healthcare professionals, including preventative measures and having a higher penalty for assaulting nurses and healthcare staff. Unfortunately, even with these laws in place, the workplace violence is still continuing. This is causing a negative effect on nurses to suffer from increased job stress, decreased job satisfaction, burnout, sleep disorders, fatigue, PTSD, fear, and suicide. If we don't get this problem fixed and fixed soon, we're going to see an increase of nurses leaving the field. No one wants to go to work every day just to be assaulted or verbally abused. It doesn't create a good work environment. And if we want to see nurses stay around, we definitely need to fix this problem. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Goodbye.